Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I got some bars to these.
Run Ryan.
Ryan.
And the other thing, you have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
What grade?
That one had to go.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United fellas. Nico,
Hey, good night.
JP, Chef, what we saying
Yo.
fellas? What we saying? I mean, at the end of the day, it was a solid win. You know, some nice goals. You know, a clean sheet. We beginning to see some signs of a slow recovery from what was a shaky start of the season for us, you know. I mean, we're up to 6 now. 6th on the table. So that's our next 3 points in the bag. So God boy, that Martinez injury kinda overshadowed this win for me, yes?
Same.
You know, yeah, I mean, it's good to see that, you know, we attacking players scoring on the regular now. You know, the subs coming off the bench and impacting the game positively like last season. You know, but it had plenty negatives as well. You know, we look comfortable in the end, but I don't think that we were, you know, great from a tactical perspective. You know, but a win is a win. And this was a big win for Ten Hag in an important game because I believe every game from now, important, right? So, what we saying, fellas? What we saying?
Hey, yeah. Good night. I think the team fought as a team today, and they also won as a team today. You know, as again, unfortunate for Martinez injury, but I saw a team on the pitch today. As we said, we didn't see the patterns a play we want to see. We didn't see fluidity, but we saw a team fighting for each other today. And you know, and to me that was you know, nice to see.
Today for me was one of the better 90 minutes. You know, we so sporadic. We might give you a little half an hour. We might give you a 20 minutes, but a combined 90 minutes. Yeah, I mean to say it wasn't all smooth sailing, but generally it was a decent team performance. Good to see the youth men and them finding the footing with the scoring now. We could still be even more clinical in the final third and are still a little more secure, but I really like the enthusiasm even in the defending too. Dallo real starting to find his form right now too. But Dallo actually looking fast and all kind of thing. Competition is a great thing. So yeah, for me it was a good 90 minutes, you know. Martinez injury real sour me too, but you know, let me just hope it's a strain, so it's a couple of weeks and not the rest of the season kind of vibes.
For real.
Yeah.
You know, as you mentioned, Dallo, Chef, somebody posted on X Twitter. They said like Dallo download one Bissaka side tackling package.
Yes, boy. Yes, boy. All you could have ever believed Dallo was getting back to make that block today.
But the man
I don't
outpaced
say goal,
Maguire.
you know.
The man outpaced
Yeah.
Maguire to get.
I don't say goal, you know.
Jason Maguire, I mean, good. Even
It's nothing, right?
It don't take much.
It's no big
It don't
feat.
take much to do that.
yeah, it didn't take much to do that.
But yeah, well done on him. But
yeah,
Onana is
this-
real shit, boy. Oh God. Yeah.
He make one or two
say,
saves today, but
Done.
you need the rest of the season to try to convince anybody, to be honest.
I don't even have Onana on my agenda, but go through it. No,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I said.
No, neither me, to be honest.
He had the rest of the season to convince our next club to take him.
but he had a fairly solid game today.
Well, you just put as you had a quiet game now.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
quiet game. That I think that
That
is
wasn't down,
perfect.
and that really wasn't down to him, but to his
Exactly.
defenders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No,
Didn't
but
get
to be honest, he had one or two
much
saves there earlier.
Oh God, the ball coming straight at you. The
Yeah.
least you could do is save it, you know.
Yeah, routine. Nah, but he does bullshit. He doesn't save it by chef by.
True. True.
Let me just get JP and Phil on the inside. Phil, JP Wallace saying.
Yeah, good night. It's funny because Paul Scholes had posted on Instagram a couple weeks ago that a fullback coming into a central midfield position is an insult to football. And I think Paul Scholes he still has this mentality of, football back in his day, right? Where, the right back stuck to the right back position and everybody wasn't as fluid as today, right? Dallo today not only proved that wrong, but proved why you would need your right back in midfield versus a 5-man midfield of West Ham, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing I'll touch on. Two, Rasmus Højlund is slowly but surely finding his footing, right? Three, Garnacho's decision making today was a bit better. Now, can he continue that for the rest of the season? It's a big I don't know. I would like him to, but I would like to see him make better decisions on the right-hand side today, right? Yeah, I know you guys mentioned the Martinez injury, right? But I want to touch on Casemiro. Casemiro was a bit clumsy today, right?
Yes, but what?
Clumsy.
You find so?
I think there were a couple of times where Casemiro was going to ground a bit too much. He got the assists, don't get me wrong, but there were some times where Casemiro was going to ground too easily and getting beat, right? And last thing I mentioned is that we keep Mohamed Kudus from scoring today.
Yeah.
JP, I think you did.
What's wrong, JP?
Yeah. Well, to me, I was happy overall with the performance today because West Ham is never an easy team for us. Sometimes West Ham is one of those teams that will give us trouble now. Moyes especially coming back to Old Trafford, he could pump up that squad and for us to get 3-0 victory today, I would say overall the performance was good. At times I wanted to see us to be a little more of the dominant team in terms of possession. Because there was a spell in the game where I find in the first half in particular where West Ham was dominating the ball. And it was looking like it could be one of those days where we score first and it's just a matter of time for the opposition to get their goal. Because we let them play with the ball too much. We weren't closing down the passing channels. The press was poor, so we kind of gave West Ham a little hope. But whatever was said at halftime, I feel like a different team came out in the second half and they were closing down a lot better and winning back the ball better as well in the second half. And I think that is why you see how we were able to actually finish off our game this time.
Yeah. Let me just get some comments. Guys, don't forget to like and share the podcast. We want to get more people in on the discussion, right? Arun on the inside, good night to you, man. Thanks for joining. All right. Aaron on the inside, thanks for joining. You're saying a clean sheet, you know? Yeah, boy, with Onana.
With Onana and Maguire.
Collector's item.
With Onana and Maguire.
Yeah, that's
I want to touch on that. No, but I want to touch on that. But go ahead.
Of course, we had a touch on that.
Christopher on the inside. Christopher, thanks for joining, man. Good night to you. Go through, Nico.
Yeah, I want to touch on what Chef was not talking about in terms of Maguire. Is it that Varane get dropped for Maguire or Varane is arrested? Because
Was rested.
I feel it's dropped. I feel it's dropped because for the last few games when we conceded, Varane was late on the challenges. And as much as Maguire would have made 1 or 2 errors today, I find he was pretty solid. And
No, but
someone-
Nico, them
Go
errors.
ahead, go ahead.
Nico,
a
would you be
better team, them 2 errors he make there.
Nico, if we had get ball for them 2 goals,
That was
would
telling you
you
them
be
2
saying
errors
that?
was crazy errors.
But still, my point remains that I think Varane was dropped for Maguire because of some of the lethargy in some of Varane challenges that led to goals in the last few weeks. I mean, the errors Maguire would have made after, okay, but initially I feel that Varane was dropped for Maguire.
I think the only way you could really prove or disprove that is if Martinez was still around and we see the next game, you know. It'd be difficult to
I
prove or
don't feel
disprove
so.
that
I
right now.
just feel you had to basically cloak Varane, and unless you need to, you ain't trying to have Varane playing 3 and 4 games on a trot at all.
But why not though? But why
Why not though?
Because
If
of that
Varane
injury.
injured,
Varane
That
is your
injury.
best centre back. You
he's
want to
a
win
walking
games.
injury.
No, but
You better be careful with it.
yeah, but still, to me, West Ham at home is a big game. That you need your best players, especially
gotta
at
manage-
home. So
you gotta
why
man-
would
you
you
gotta
drop
manage
your
Varane.
best player?
You gotta manage Varane properly because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
Manage him in the FA Cup, not the Premier
Yeah.
League.
No,
Nah,
listen,
you have to
the-
manage him.
The only fit. Let's be real. The only fit centre back we have right now is Harry Maguire, right?
Yep.
Martinez out. Lindelof has always had this reoccurring back injury,
Back.
and then there's Varane, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta manage them, man.
You have to.
Nico,
Yeah.
you gotta do that.
You have to. Not to mention, before Maguire was injured, Maguire was on a seriously good spell of games in terms of performance. So,
And
no, I honestly, in my opinion,
this is what could even justify what I saying as well.
no,
So
but
they-
in
so
my
they could have
opinion,
actually-
it was
so they could
just
have actually been tactics.
about managing him. That's just
It could
me.
have been tactics
I don't
too.
see this
It could have been
managing.
tactics.
Tactics, JP?
Yeah, I say they could have been tactics because if you watch how Maguire played, Varane don't play that way. Maguire was coming out early in the defense, like he was coming out like in midfield to close down when a pass coming to the forward.
Yeah.
And
So
then sometimes. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so to me that is like a stronger point over Varane that he has, because that's
Yeah.
something he was doing a lot when we didn't have a choice but to play when the Martinez and Varane were not fit. You will see them doing that a lot where he was getting into midfield early to close down his space. So he did that a lot today, and I think that's what caused him to get beat on the two occasions when he get beat.
Yeah.
It's that same play.
Yeah, and then also I think Maguire passing a little better as well. You know, I
Yes.
saw Maguire played some nice, passes today. To me, that kind of get the team on the front foot now.
That's all part of Maguire's game. Maguire likes to
Exactly.
play more risk,
So
right?
to me, that is why I would say that maybe Varane get dropped for Maguire. There's some little things now that could, for me, justify that maybe Varane get dropped for Maguire now. But again, I could be wrong.
I want to mention one thing totally unrelated to the defense. I watched the game close today before Kobe Mainoo was substituted. Whenever Luke Shaw, Bruno, or Dalot got the ball, West Ham players used to rush these guys. Whenever Kobe Mainoo got the ball, West Ham players are backing away. They're backing away.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, do what you got to do. When you pass off the ball to somebody else, I'll rush that person. But when Kobe Mainoo got the ball today, nobody was rushing Kobe
They know
Mainoo
better than that.
because they know we're coming.
Okay.
They know we're coming.
I see them rush him today, and he
Oh,
hit that
Kobe
body
Mainoo?
fake and a turn.
Yeah.
And then he
Yeah,
hit
boy.
that body fake and a turn and leave
Yeah.
them fellas in a
Go
level of
Yep.
composure.
Go
And
on,
say, wow.
go on, go on.
the fact that opposition players are scared to rush an 18-year-old says something about this guy.
Yeah.
I saw a meme the other day. You know how jobs is tell you that you want 10 years of experience, but you now come out of high school. That's Kobe Manu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah, boy. I see that man. And well, I mean, he was deep in the midfield, and two men rush him,
Yeah.
and that simple body fake on a
But
turn.
the man does
And
make the
then
game. The man does make the game so simple. Play within himself. No, don't overdo, and just do
Yeah.
the. What he does is do the basics.
like more
Excellent.
than basic chef, boy. Chef, like more than
Understand what I'm
basic, boy.
saying? He does the basics as a footballer. And body fake is a basic as a but it's timing and when
Yeah,
to do
boy.
it. And he
Yeah,
does
that
everything
generational talent, boy.
proper,
Yeah,
proper.
yeah,
Some
yeah.
I think it was Reem who just made Reem or Phil just made the point. Listen, so I know that for us here, we don't just watch the game. We just watch the little things what a lot of people does miss. Let me tell you something. I stand up and clap today when I saw the ball playing in the back, and Dallo went to the center of the ball. He literally left the right position, go to the center to receive the ball, to hit it forward, because it ended up being he would be the extra midfielder. And he received the ball and hit it forward, and that started our attack. I clapped that because that's what you want to see.
But
You
chef,
want to see men playing into these spaces and men running into these spaces and playing supportive.
that has been happening for about 4 games straight, chef. So I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know
yeah,
see
yeah.
now,
I'm not saying no.
but,
I haven't
but
been here for the last few games.
that's that has been happening for the last 3 or 4 games, eh? And I
Yeah,
know someone is talking about sports goals, but City doing it all the time. City was doing it with well, I mean, their fullbacks was always coming to the middle, and
yeah,
even Arsenal started with Zinchenko when they
Liverpool
brought
doing it too.
Zinchenko,
yeah.
Liverpool, so yeah, so I guess
That,
that's
That's
why
football.
schools
Football and
didn't
doing
because
make
you
the
realize
management.
Trent and them underlapping now, they're not overlapping again. So I don't know what
No,
school's talking
correct.
about.
That's why he getting so much extra scoring opportunities center of the goal now.
But
Exactly.
I tell people about 2 years ago, Trent Alexander Arnold only looks good in a possession based team. Think about it. You put Trent you put Trent in a team like Nottingham Forest? No. Sorry.
yeah.
That's not the same Trent Alexander Arnold.
Yeah. Christopher saying here, let's not forget how injury prone Varane is. The man knee is Crick's biscuit. Play for rainfall. Pressure,
Yeah,
right? King got a really pray on the inside. Good evening, man. Thanks for joining. Saying he's simple and talking about Kobe Mano here. Right? So I mean Nico started off, so we talk about Maguire. I don't think it have any other in terms of team sheet selections, I don't think it have any other player selection that's questionable or that's up in the
nah.
air. Right? So I think everything else was more or less expected. So getting into the
Yeah.
game now, fellas, right? Let me get some thoughts on the game, how you see it. And I have a question to pose, and I'll start with you, JP. Do you think, right, this win was as comfortable as the scoreline suggested?
For the most part, yes. For the most part, yes. Because I think West Ham had the opportunities. Because if you watch the stats, West Ham had more shots than us in the game. But I don't think many of those shots were like almost, or it was like a real huge save down, and I had to make to pull us out of the game, out of getting a goal now. So for the most part, I would say the scoreline do justice to how we play the game, because we control most of the game. As I say, first half we kind of lose the plot and we allow West Ham to grow into the game. But for the second half, the way we came out, I think we were able to neutralize Kudus especially, and that was a major part of it. Jared Bowen as well had to be coming a lot deeper to try and get involved in the game. So I think we did a good job neutralizing their attack, because we know the dangers that front line that they have could pose, especially Kudus, the form he and Bowen in this season. So I think for the most part, the scoreline deserving, that trainer deserving, and it shows that when you're a little more clinical and as smarter with your play, how much easier it is to win a game as opposed to making bad passes, shooting when you shouldn't shoot, missing sitters. You see the difference today when you take your 3 chances, you can wrap up a game.
Yeah, Nico, you have any? You disagree? You agree with JP?
Yeah, no. Definitely with JP on this one. I think that this scoreline reflected the performance in the first half. West Ham had a moment, where they had us under pressure. And I think I messaged and I said, "Wait, I hope, thank God it wasn't City was played, because if it wasn't sure, that's why City we played. But I think after we recovered, well, I don't know what tactical tactical decision I would have made, but whatever decision he made worked, right? We got it right, and definitely we deserved the victory today, and by three goals, yes, yeah.
So Phil, let me pose this one to you, right? Do we think? All right. So if someone were to say, because I mean, looking at the game and trying to be, objective, or even, on the pessimistic side for the just for argument's sake, right? We won. But when you look at the game, and Nico talk about it, it had that phase in the play where I don't think we dealt with the possession and and what West Ham was doing, and they were getting comfortable into the game, And there were the 3 moments that I thought could have been game changing moments. The Maguire mistake. If Emerson had made a better decision, right, that would have been 2-1, and we don't know how this team is operate. We know how this team is operate when we concede. Then there's the chance where the ball was played over Maguire's head and Bowen running it, and Dalot had to cover distance to cut it off. So West Ham's finishing was poor, but they created chances to score and possibly change how the game could have gone. And Nico said a better team would have make us pay. So looking at that and considering all that, Phil, do you think that the 3-0 saying, hey, United dominate West Ham, and West Ham had nothing in this game today?
So put your hand up if you think it is your fault that West Ham didn't take their chances today. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. West Ham, they had moments in today's game where West Ham was comfortable, right? But all football teams go through that when they're playing against weaker sides, right? We took our chances. Let's be real. There are times we have sat on this podcast and we've won 1-0 or lost 2-1, and we've had plenty of chances. We've had
Just
plenty
not
of
put
chances.
away.
Exactly, right? Because we could have won games 4 and 5-0, but other than those chances that West Ham didn't take, those were mistakes that we gave to West Ham, right? There wasn't any part of today's game where I felt threatened per se. West Ham had times on the breakaway, yes, but other than those 2 mistakes that we made, I can't think of any other times in the game where West Ham was threatening per se. So, yeah, I mean, Calvin Phillips made a mistake and we took it. And that's what big teams do. They capitalize on other teams' mistakes. West Ham didn't
Yep.
capitalize on our mistakes, right? Calvin Phillips gave away the ball. Scott McTominay nicked the ball away from Calvin Phillips. Lo and behold, feeds it to Garnacho. Boom, 3-0, right? I mean, I would mention that there was some decisions that Dalot could have made better going forward, like feeding the ball to Garnacho. He could have fed the ball twice to Garnacho, which could have resulted in a corner kick or a goal, right? Bruno then was realizing that Dalot wasn't making those decisions. So Bruno then had to take it upon himself to pass it to Garnacho. Lo and behold, 2-0. It was a deflection, but a goal is a goal, right? But hey, we on this panel, we're not responsible for West Ham not capitalizing on our mistakes, right? Our team today capitalized on West Ham's mistakes, and the score reflects that. Yeah.
Yeah, and bringing Sheffield on it, right? Now, while I agree with what Phil was saying there, right? Um, you're seeing deficiencies that could possibly, be punished by a better team, right? So, West Ham didn't take their chances, but if we continue like this, other teams could, you know. So yeah, but go through, chef.
I would say, a lot of times, right, we often debate, does the scoreline really tell the story of the game? Personally, for me, the first 55 to 60 minutes of that game, it was close. And it could have gone either way, depending on who had taken the opportunities and stuff. But, we have a big problem with closing off games. We close off this game for the last half an hour, I would say. We were so comfortable. We were dealing with everything that was coming our way. Jared, if we were a little more, and you're right that against the couple of opportunities that we gave to West Ham, a better team, if it could have finished it off. But that argument could also be made for us that the couple more opportunities we had, if we had finished them off, the scoreline could have easily been 5-0. So you know what I mean? So it goes kind of both ways. So that's why I said from the get-go that this was one of the better 90 minutes, because this is what we're looking for in the team. But especially closing off a game, we have a massive, massive problem closing off. We talk about this every week here. We don't feel comfortable until the whistle blow at all. But by the time this whistle blow today, we was comfortable that hey, we winning this game normal today. So yeah.
I think the third goal kind of gave us that kind of that third goal take this thing
The
out of
third goal
anything
was
that
the
West
killer.
Ham was trying. Yeah, and I think they kind of give up after that, and we were
Yeah.
just routine.
And
You know?
and remember we always say here that this is how you just kill off teams. You jump on them early, you take your opportunities. When the opportunities they could come at your home. But if you keep on taking your opportunities, game goals win matches at the end of the day.
Yeah. I'm gonna just get some comments, but guys, we still on thoughts on the game. So if you have any other thoughts on the games that you want to bring up, feel free to drop it in, right? So let me just get some comments here. Eric also saying here, Kobe plays like Sadorf.
He
There's a
does.
massive compliment in it.
He
Sadorf
does.
is a proper player, You
If
understand?
of all the big up to Eric for this, of all the comparisons that has make up Mino, this is very, very accurate. He plays like Seedorf.
Yeah. The only thing he
And
must
he
he
don't have
don't
Seedorf,
have.
but
Yeah, that was saying that kind of body now.
Seedorf
That's
was
the
a
only thing for.
massively big player.
I saw for the youngsters today that never see Clarence Seedorf play.
Yes, boy.
I'm telling you.
Yes, boy.
Boy. Oh my gosh.
Yes. That was a class player.
Yeah.
Boy.
It has certain players, you see Seedorf, you see Claude Makalele, men see them kind of fellas play. You ball, because them fellas are them redefine what it is to be a CDM or as boy, them fellas is proper
Just
players.
midfielders. Them fellas are just midfielders, right?
Yeah,
Them
them
is no
fellas just
DM
midfielders.
attacking box to box. Nah, them is
Nah,
midfielders.
them
man.
is midfielders.
Boy.
Yeah. Doing on the inside. Dwayne, thanks for joining, man. Good night
Oh,
to
do
you.
it. Good night, brother.
Yeah. Javid on the inside as well. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying
Oh,
finally a
Javi.
performance we expect. Yeah. Doing saying here, I'm actually seeing a midfield, right? Or build up, build up, and when we are out of possession.
Yeah.
All right. I still find we kind of
Is
too
it
easy to play
me
through,
or
but
I don't want to nitpick, but we here to watch everything. I still find we could be a little faster in transference from defense to midfield. Just a little faster.
I don't have a problem with being with taking we time, eh? I don't have a problem with taking we time. But we just have to be decisive, you know?
Yes.
That is where it is. We just have to be
Yeah.
sometimes and I don't know if it's within the players in their mentality when they say hurry up and move the ball up, that means long ball. You
Yeah.
understand? And then we end up wasting possession, and I
Yeah.
don't like that.
I think you're correct. I think is honestly that is the game plan. Take all your time, use all your possession wisely and decisively. So yeah, fair enough.
Probably when we get more techie players, the transition will be faster.
Yeah.
You understand? Because
Yeah,
them fellas slow, Rashford and them fellas can't think. You know? Them
Listen.
fellas gotta-
When you finish your comments, I have a point on that. I want to
Yeah.
touch on that as you
I
say that
want-
before I sign off tonight.
You go, Nick. You go.
No, wait.
Nico.
No,
But
I have a point. No, I have a point to bring up. But go ahead. Oh, you
I,
need no
I,
after the comments.
I was waiting on it too, but go ahead. You're reading the comments.
Yeah. Jody on the inside. Jody, blessed night, man. Thanks for joining, buddy.
Oh,
He's saying
Jody.
the score should have been 4, but Scotty too hotty. Chef? Scotty too hotty.
Oh, they had these nicknames.
Pull his shot wide, but then again, it's just West Ham. Yeah, all right. Jody.
West Ham beat we. I'm a 2-0. The last game we played.
Comfortably too.
Comfortably.
It was 2 or 3.
It was 3.
3? Oh, jeez.
Oh, straight.
It is even worse.
West Ham play all over we. We was lucky to only get 3.
Yeah,
True.
let me tell you something. I don't know if anybody noticed it, right? But I feel the fact that this Man United job didn't work out for Moyes, he just still bothering me.
Of course
when
it's
they're
bothering.
walking out with the reeds now.
You feel?
And I'm watching him. You know, he feeling as though this should have been me, boy. You know, this should
Yeah,
have been
of
me.
course.
Shut.
Remember he wanted to it's Alex Shadow, you know. He wanted to
If it
live
don't
up to
bother
that.
him, it does bother we that he was we coach.
Exactly.
I cannot stand David Moyes. I just enjoy beating them. I don't like him at all.
But I've been honest with you. Every time West Ham come to Old Trafford,
They just come to win.
No, I disagree. I find David Moyes overthink the thing, and they just always play defensive and scared. I find.
I don't care
When we
what they
playing them-
try.
When we playing them away, that is when they just play. That is when they just come at me. You know, but every time they're playing home, it's a very very defensive setup, and they just play within themselves.
Well, as they say, Potong bad in the yard, you know. But that's okay.
That is it. We can
That's
take
okay.
that. Yeah.
I don't care what. I want to beat West Ham.
Yeah, Javed saying here, still wary on set pieces. You know, just can't win the first ball consistently.
Because, and a big part of that, Javid, that's a good point. A big part of that is how stupid Onana comes for the ball. That man, like, he don't time them jumps. He don't time.
He's panicking. I lack a confidence. I lack a confidence.
No, all of us play football. You know when you have a keeper panicky like that behind you,
Yeah, flapping. You hear me flapping.
snapping.
But not only that, even when it's on a shot at him and the man still punching the ball right there, boy. Punch away the ball now, boy.
Right. So everybody, you get the ball as a keeper. You get here. You just get the ball here and you just turn your hands. So when you basically throwing it down, it drops right in front of you. This man has to be
That could lead to something, eh? That is lead to something, eh? I just watch it.
So he exercises like that. So when it hits here and here, it goes back out. I like, dog, me's not no professional footballer, but this is footballing basics, man. That man is too shitty, boy. God.
Martinez had to clear.
Yeah.
Huh?
Martinez had to clear one that he knocked down today. And if that fault of a Sam player when he knocked it
It's
down,
cool.
like goal.
No, but you see the awareness that Martinez have.
Yes,
Exactly.
boy.
When he not there with a serious
Miss that.
that, you know.
Exactly.
He is real compensate for other mentions.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah.
And not just Onana,
Yeah.
No, of course.
I'm talking about the entire defense and some of the midfielders, eh?
Yes.
Midfielders.
God, boy. God, I just pray that man will be out for 2 games, you know.
Yeah, boy. King on really pre on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining. Saying he feeling sorry for Calvin Phillips. We back-to-back mistakes. Why are you feeling sorry for you for?
Why you feel
Boy,
sorry?
FTF!
Like,
But feeling sorry for you.
you feel
You
sorry for
for Manchester United?
oh
you
god.
feel sorry for Calvin Phillips. You got shares in he.
You understand? You come on a Manchester United podcast to tell me shit about you feeling sorry for a former City player? Fire for that.
I feel sorry for no City player.
He should have keep it. He should have keep it dotish backside in Leeds. But you're thirsty. So take that. Thanks for the beautiful handoff today. We taking that, dummy. I ain't feeling for nobody. Because nobody don't feel sorry for me.
Exactly. We
I'm sure nobody don't go no City, no Arsenal podcast. They say, "Hey, I feel sorry for Onana." They just laugh at me. I'm sorry.
That will be the day.
Oh,
But but if we want to, I just want to tell the people on the podcast and the people in the comments, check on your Chelsea friends, okay? All right, back to regular programming now.
Listen, the quiet.
Think bad.
I have a Chelsea partner. When they hit that shitty side 6, he said, "Man, one set of emojis. We coming together. We say, I say, pal, me are telling him. I don't tell him nothing, because in my mind, by my side is real shit too. Me, ain't nobody don't talk. But today, though, all I do is send him the eyes and a big laugh. That's all. That's all I have to say. He started to make excuses. I said, pal, me, I tell you nothing, you know. All I do is send you the eyes.
Poch, run out of excuses, so he just had to take licks right now. He just had to say,
Boy,
my bossy throat.
He should get bust by next month.
Yeah, looking good.
Yeah, looking good right now at all.
Yeah, so Joey's saying here we're gonna make history this season. I don't know what history you're talking about.
Jody, what history is that, my brother?
He probably later on in the comments, I don't know. Dream Chase on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining me. Saying decent performance. Firstly, thank God Onana didn't have much to do.
Exactly.
Attacking from West Ham. Right? Next week, if we beat Villa, then we could see United moving a little forward. Yeah. Dan, on the inside.
This Villa is trouble when they're running, you know.
And we playing them.
They're playing hot and cool right now, eh?
They're real hot and cool. They're real hot and cool. But when they hold on to you, jeez.
Anderson said here United have not dominated a team in a long while. So he suggested that we dominate the game today, right? Dwayne on the inside, Dwayne, he's saying objectively the same way West Ham did not take their chances in many previous games. We did not take our chances.
Yep.
And we give the other team credit. I give United credit for taking theirs. We are not going to see a better United overnight. Slowly but surely we are coming around. Yeah. Arun
with Tenaga got the helm.
Ball is best until we ready to cuss you again.
Arun saying here the first goal, left-footed. Rasmus wanted to take a shot with his left, but immediately realized that the shot was not on, and as two defenders were almost side by side, moving to his right, slightly across the goal and fired proper strike. Yeah, proper.
Brother man, all your ball with that hole.
Proper. Now that's a proper.
Well, that's because I started cussing him as he had the ball. I said, backside, you don't have it on your left foot. Put it on your right foot and hit the ball now, boy. Listen, he hit that.
He have a shot.
Proper,
he have a shot in him.
Yes.
He have a rocket.
Yes.
Watch me, he have a 22 foot in him because the rocket is scored Tottenham against Tottenham.
Yeah. And let me tell you something, you see, that gives teams more to think about it, because now that is studied weight. He can hit with both left and right, and then he's a loafer too. He will get in them little spaces. Yeah. Well done.
You saw Rasmus Højlund brother and the crowd celebrating?
Nah, I didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
Was there?
So
the point I want to get across is Bruno. right? Bruno and the impact that Kobe Mano, or looking at Kobe Mano play, having you saying Bruno still really learning his trade, right?
Yeah.
Because and maybe you were in the early years you were so excited over Bruno, but Bruno still have a lot of tactical or even technical issues, technical I should say, issues with his game. I saw
Correct.
today Casemiro would have passed the ball to Bruno, and Bruno played the ball back, and Casemiro was like, "Jed, what,
Pivot
Yeah.
and push the
you
ball
doing?"
forward.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I
So
know the,
Yeah.
and I know the player you're talking about.
exactly
Yeah.
because remember Casemiro and the fellas custom with Modric and them fellas in the midfield,
Modric
right?
and Kroos.
So
Yeah.
when Casemiro give Bruno that ball in space for him to turn, thinking as a midfielder, you have to
Pivot
know on your
and
shoulder.
get it
You
forward.
have
Yeah,
to
Correct.
know on your shoulder.
Yeah, you gotta check
So
your shoulder and then
So yeah,
receive.
exactly. So the moment that you just hit that ball one time, Casemiro was livid because
yeah.
Casemiro, hey, that ball had turn and go
Yeah.
forward. And to me, Mano, if Mano got that ball, and we have been seeing it over the last few games that Mano is playing, if Mano get that ball, Mano turning and going forward with it. So when I
Exactly.
saw that play, I was like, nah, boy, Bruno's still learning, boy. You know? Yeah, Bruno still have a lot, and it comes back to, let me say, if Bruno was a top player, a top player, a elite player, then other teams would be calling for Bruno. Real Madrid would be calling for Bruno. The bigger teams in the world would have, chance to win no time and I say, hey, like this team with Bruno, but you're not seeing that because of these little, because of these little technical issues now that
Yeah.
the teams want and Bruno lacking. So I hope,
Correct.
Mino could rub off some of that on him, but that was something glaring I saw today.
Something.
Saudi Arabia,
get somebody better.
Saudi Arabia calling for everybody. It's Saudi Arabia call for one of us. We going as well too. So
Yeah.
True.
I
Something,
guys are
something,
signing
I
off
was,
there, right?
something I was
Yeah.
watching. Something I was watching.
I did
Something
that.
run through my mind.
Yeah, Nico.
Watching, and just on that point, Nico now make right, and I think that is changing. You see how it used to be from the time a player name start to get big, then it's Real Madrid, it's Barcelona, it's Bayern. I think honestly, them days done now. Manchester, that these crop of young players, Manchester bringing up now is to hold on to for at least 10 years. If they know you're gonna get good and become a star player, become a CR, and then we sending it to Real for them to get better. We had to think now about building back the Manchester legacy now. If they
Correct.
know getting better to send all your own.
Yeah.
This
Just
boy,
continue the
this
comments
boy
here.
Orange, he always took Kurt. He always, he believe in them young fellas and them and thing too. And when you watch the crop of young talent really coming through to Manchester ranks right now, Manchester now couldn't be a better time to change up things in the running of the club because you have players could already be generational players right now.
watch the under 18 highlights for Arsenal and Manchester United, which
Today,
played. It was today or yesterday?
yesterday.
Yesterday.
But you see-
Watch
Yeah.
the highlights.
But you see, my only thing with with those reserve and youth teams, right? Sometimes they transition to big man football. Not every one of them fellas and them just make it now, boy.
Yeah.
Not everybody able to, because it's a plenty players that we see shining bright in those reserve and youth leagues. But to make that step up, so
Yeah. How long?
But
How long
on that
sure,
point,
actually?
On that one though, Manchester United is probably one of the very few clubs where youth players actually make it big. I can't think of any youth players that came through City and made it big. Chelsea and
Arsenal.
made it big.
After us, it's probably Arsenal.
Arsenal, maybe West Ham.
I think
Yeah.
Chelsea just bring two players.
Liverpool too. Liverpool have a few youngsters
Liverpool,
coming
yeah,
through
they
Recently though,
recently.
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 Yeah.
We to be honest, it's only we know for a while we had kind of gone away because that's what I was saying to that point. Reem just said about you see them shining in the lower divisions and stuff, and when it comes to the step up. But I personally find We have not managed our young players good. We haven't given them the tools to make the step up to come into the first team. We so hungry to go out and look for that big signing, and the big signings we just look for is end up being a bag of flops. So look at what we have to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me just continue with the comments here, guys. Right? Christopher saying here, Rio Ferdinand said that about Kobe Mano. He plays like Sadov.
Yeah,
So you
he
see,
did.
yeah. Right. He also saying here Hoyland showed intelligence and skill with our first goal. He has such potential. True that. All right. Jody saying here is Onana name. I hear me.
Ah,
And King on really realized that question he asked there. You have to be joking, right? Um, Jody saying here, fellas, when all you get time, what's all it take on the Jude and Greenwood situation?
Oh,
Me and JP was talking about that. If it's really true, Jude Bellingham, nah man, I will lost real
he
respect
might,
for
he
him.
might, he might, he might get La Liga might ban him for quite some time though.
yeah.
So it's very unfortunate that you're calling your fellow you're calling your compatriot that as well, too. So
Mhm.
it's kind of bad.
Yeah, yeah. And it's something I realized even more Jude Bellingham. I mean, nobody questioning your talent, your ability, but he kind of strike me as a real cocky kind of player too now, boy.
He is, huh? He is, yeah.
He, so I don't like that. I don't like that. Um, Christopher saying here beating Wolves in for everybody. Yeah, with the
Yeah.
Chelsea man and them, boy. It's literally inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining. Blessing and love, man. Yeah. Kurt on the inside. Kurt, what you saying, man? Good night to you. He's saying good day for all United teams. The under 18, the men, the senior men, and the women. Yeah. Lynch saying here, sad to say Martinez's leadership shows so clearly. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, he's a big leader on that field.
Yeah, and Arun fully agree with the point what Nico making on Bruno. All right, so yeah. Dwayne saying here, are you all taking a look at United's under 18 today? Boy, oh boy, they are junior invincibles. All right, I just follow these scores. I don't really watch them. All right, David
Yeah.
on the inside. Good night to you, man. Thanks for joining. Um, Kurt saying here, Chef, thank you for the acknowledgement, respect. Yeah, well, Kurt, we know he is the youth scout, you know. All right. Kristen on the inside, Kristen, good night, man. He's saying Ganacho slowly becoming one of my favorite player. Well, right. You see when he score and he do the Kuru celebration. I miss that pettiness in football. And Hoyland and Meno join him.
I think
Yeah.
he was ready to do Ronaldo celebration.
I think it's
His
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo,
It's
his
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo celebration.
Correct.
See this follow, eh?
Correct. You look at all his celebrations, it's
Yeah.
always Ronaldo
No,
celebrations.
no,
So,
no, no, no.
Yeah.
When Kudus scored against us in the reverse fixture, Kudus
uh-huh.
Oh, he
was
did
sitting
that,
on
yeah.
the side,
Yeah,
acknowledging the
nice.
crowd. So when Garnacho scored, it was to remind Kudus that I can also one score and two do your celebration as well.
Okay.
I guess it
Okay.
probably was a 2-in-1 because he's really following Ronaldo too. So after he
Yo,
hits him,
the
yeah,
best analogy I saw was the Kobe Manu winner versus who we play against Wolves, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
The Kobe Manu winner versus Wolves, right? Now everybody, you know, Kobe Mano did the calm down first.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Calm
The
down.
calm down was to Anthony because he didn't want Anthony to celebrate with him. He said, "Calm down." Well, the man shut down Anthony one time.
Nah, that wasn't for Anthony, man.
That's why Anthony was rushing to celebrate him, and Kobe Mano just said, "No, no, no, not so
Take your
fast,
time.
not
Take
so
your
No, no,
time.
fast."
no.
Take your time. It's not your moment.
Yeah.
Ah. Jody saying here earlier, see that celebration after Garnacho scored them 3 stars sitting on the advertising board 10 years from now. They will celebrate that the same way.
Agreed.
Hang it in the
Yeah,
Louvre.
Agreed. You see that could turn it into a classic, eh?
Hang it
yeah,
in the Louvre.
It was an
yeah.
iconic picture, yeah. Iconic.
Iconic.
I hope
Yeah,
it will turn into an iconic photo, right?
really.
Because
Yeah,
this is really the future here,
That
right?
that that picture I love, but this picture is the one I like here.
Yeah, boy. See that thing.
That is the
That's
picture
Yeah.
right here.
well, that's the one that we had on the lock screen before
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing. So that was yeah. So fellas, we had some good performances today, right? So which and comments you all could jump in on this one too. Which individual performances or which individual performance stood out for you today?
Kind of big Garnacho for me. You know. I think
Go through.
I think Garnacho really stepping up in his role. And as much as I want to say, I want him to come off a little earlier to protect him because with young players, yeah, remember his age, and I still want to kind of protect him. But like, I still want to see him running though because he does have a fight in him, and I even hear the commentators talking about that too. So everybody realizing this about Garnacho that no matter what, his head not dropping. He keep on fighting, and you're seeing where his decision making improving. A few games ago, Hoyland had to ball up behind him because he wasn't passing the ball to him. But now
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
seeing like he taking the learning. And that's what I like with him. He taking the learning and he implementing it in his game, and he just going from strength to strength. And he to me today was definitely the standout because he take his chances, and it the first goal with his left foot. I instantly was like, we don't need Anthony because you have a young player using both feet,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he took a better shot than Anthony has taken for the entire season with his left foot. So
Yeah,
we
boy.
don't need
For
Anthony.
real.
We are
For
gonna
real.
throw.
And what I noticed today with Garnacho is the cutting and the old Garnacho with a shoot, and he played for Rashford. I mean, the pass was short, but it
Yeah,
really showed the maturity because
right.
the older Garnacho or even Anthony shooting at goal, whether it hit the target or it go rosy,
Yeah,
you understand? So
Was he pass short or did Rashford slip?
nah, the pass
I
was
think
short.
it was
Rashford
short.
short.
Yeah,
But that,
Yeah.
but then I saw Rashford do like this here, and I was like, my bad for slipping, right? Okay, fair enough.
No, I think Rashford was
yeah.
telling him thumbs up for actually making the pass, for
Making
seeing
the
it,
pass.
Pretty fast.
you
Yeah,
know. So
I, I would say, yeah, Ganacho, Rasmus, them fellas and them could get the props. But again, I just try to watch everything. Yo, child feeder working real hard right now.
he
It
is.
mightn't show up in
Yeah,
the stats and stuff, but I watch how hard he was working back in defense. He hate to get back, but he gets it back in. He and Ganacho, like they finally get the memo that wingers have to defend too. But the man, Marcus was getting back. He was making plays, He didn't score today, but he had a decent game today too.
yeah, he had
Imagine,
two chances. He had two chances where I think he could have done better, but he rushed it.
Yeah.
You understand?
yeah,
A little more composure, and I think he'd have been on the score sheet.
yeah.
Go through, Phil.
remember earlier in the podcast where Paul Scholes had post on IG, the right back getting into the center of midfield is an insult to the actual central midfielder. Well, imagine if he took that logic with our wingers looking to drop back and defend as well. Think about it, right? Um, yeah, Garnacho today with the two goals was standout performance. Great for Rasmus Højlund scoring on his birthday. That's good. Um, other than that, man, there weren't any bad performances today per se. Honestly, we had two mistakes, but other than that, yeah, the stand-up performance today for me was Alejandro Garnacho. It's funny how Angel Di Maria was telling him a couple of days ago that when he scores to celebrate like Messi.
Yeah.
Nope, my guy is celebrating like Cristiano Ronaldo, who for some reason his birthday is tomorrow. But
Yeah,
anyway, that's okay.
39, CR 39.
39. I'm still
How
shining,
how
boy. Look,
how long I'll let you go play for, boy?
Same as Zlatan, probably 42.
Yeah.
That man incredibly fit in the boy. Like when you look at it, he's really a kind of he's a real specimen, but
Correct.
serious.
Correct. You know, for me, earlier, I want to, just really shout out Rasmus Højlund, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, naturally when when you bring a player in to compete with your favorite player, you look for all the faults now, right? But no, Rasmus Højlund really he's starting to impress me, because I like technical players. And even though, Rasmus have the physicality, he have the industry, the man technically decent. He having touches, he holding up the ball nice, he laid it off. And his goal in particular impressed me with how little he was. At that place, a striker, 21 years coming into this team, you go expect he get there on the top of the box and he go lay it off and run in the box for a header. The man had that killer instinct. He put on his weaker foot and he rifled that all year. You understand? And the touch to roll the defenders with his left
To
foot.
get away from the defender.
Yeah. He impressed me, and I'm watching how he holding up the ball, the little touches he making in the spaces.
Yep.
I mean, he's not the finished
Confidence
article.
scoring.
Yeah, he's not the finished article. He will get better, but I liking the fact that he's not just like a bully.
Yeah.
I like the fact that the man he had touches. And he could finish in different ways. He could put his head on the line to score a goal, like what all used to say. Breaking nose to score a goal.
Yep.
He could do that, but he could also link up and bring others into play. He's not a selfish player, right?
This is his first goal from outside the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So what I see from Højlund will benefit our team because we do not need three selfish people.
Yeah.
And the selflessness coming naturally to Højlund. With we other wingers, you have to drill it into them fellas. Pass.
Yeah.
With Højlund, you're seeing it natural that, hey, my job is to make sure this team work. My job is to make sure this front three work. Even if I don't score, I'm going to work hard for the team. And when I get my chance, I'm going to take it. So
And that's all you could ask.
Yeah.
That's all you could ask.
So right now, Højlund really impressing me. And I'm liking the player. I actually liking what I'm seeing.
All the memes about we attacking three, scoring gone. That dry up quick now.
Yeah. Let me get some comments here. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dalo just had to get a mention too because I think Dalo really was very good today, and he played.
He was
all over. He played all over too. He was popping up in midfield, out on the right. Defensively, he was reading everything real good too. So I think he should get a special mention for his performance today.
Yeah. No doubt.
all you seen Amrabat back in this league?
With how Scott coming off the bench and scoring by.
FA Cup, man.
No, FA Cup. Nope.
You can't burn out. You can't burn out Kobe Manu, big man.
What? You
FA Cup.
That's who played the same team whole season last season?
But,
man.
I normally I would say that, Phil, but let me tell you something. That 18-year-old had to play. That man had to play. That man had to play.
But you see, my thing, right? If we continue on the trend that we're on right now in terms of taking chances and being clinical, then I feel Ten Hag maybe led to make more changes as the game. Once we could secure the game.
What if in the FA Cup we are winning, let's say 4-0?
It was I was saying. So
We'll
bring on Amrabat.
Yeah, it could happen.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Yeah. And to be quite honest, I'm sure we could agree to the Casemiro and the invincible player right now, So it happened
But what Ten Hag looking for is that kind of consistency now.
Yeah.
and routines.
Yeah.
So he looking at developing relationships. So you see that
Partnerships, yeah.
Kobe, Casemiro trio in
Yeah.
midfield. He gonna run that until them fellas develop that kind of understanding and chemistry.
And that's
Yeah.
how you generate great midfields, boy.
Yep.
Correct. And it's the same thing with the front three. Rashford, Hoyland, Garnacho, them gonna be playing.
Them had to be the three. That's the
You
go-to
understand?
three.
So Ten Hag
Anybody
gonna
else
have
could.
them fellas playing right through.
Anybody else? No, because you're correct with your point there. That is how you build on partnerships. Men looking for each other. I don't know, boy. Right now, since for the New Year, the team spirit just seems different, boy. I don't know
Everybody
what
back.
went on. Huh?
It's because
Everybody
they come
back.
back, the players don't come back. Yeah.
Everybody back from injury,
You're
man.
you're just seeing like there's a whole different vibes with the team right now, boy.
Yeah,
Or it could be Ineos and the new CEO saying that
That too.
we are going to only reward players who have played well 2 years or a year proper. Sorry,
Yeah.
what was the right quote? We're not giving contracts to players who only like play one season good.
No,
Right?
it can't be so. That's one of the biggest problems that put Manchester into real problems. Given men play a season or a half season good and they get new contract because
Yeah.
you're so afraid a next club come and take them. No, it can't be so. All you have to prove after a season or 2 seasons that you're worth that extra contract.
So
you
let's get JP. I
understand?
think JP wanted to make a point.
Yes. Why I want to know? We waste $60 million because £60 million because Ten Hag do like to switch up his teams. He like to play with a consistent, more or less 11, and he like the partnerships, right? So where Mount going to fit in this team? Where Mount
Good
playing?
question.
Mount is
Good
squad
question.
depth, boy. Mount
Squad depth.
So
Mount
we
for
spend
the FA Cup.
60 million and give our money number 7 shirt. So
For squad depth. Yeah. For
Squad
real.
depth, yeah.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Yeah, make it make
Hey, I
sense.
want my bench. I want my bench just as good as my start. We don't want
No
a drop
problem.
off.
No problem. But you don't give number 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't, me, but the fact is, he doesn't have it. We can't do nothing about it now. We're going to take it away from him and give him 17.
Why not?
Or 77.
But we're wicked out.
77.
Man got that AC Milan number.
Remember when Valencia came as number 7, he had, and he gave it up and went 25.
But he gave it up. But all you're asking for the club to take it away from him, you know.
No, we could do that.
That
we'll just
that will mess up a man who hold vibes, man.
But he vibes mess up already. How much mess up?
I'm gonna get some comments here, guys. Dwayne saying here Dallo for him, right? He's saying he could have been better, but his playing is improving a lot. That recovery to help out Maguire was it for me? Yeah, that was that was massive. That was a match saving block, you know.
That's
And
right.
it was because Ents right after that block, we went and scored the third or something.
We went and scored.
Was it?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you something. Them kind of block is telling Juan Bissaka, brother man, pressure, you know.
Up your game. That's what we want. Javed saying here Casemiro looked much better. Garnacho showing so much maturity and growth. Rashford was not selfish today. I overall pleased. We look like a team finally.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Consistency. Alright. Kurt saying here Rasmus give Nacho a kiss as to say, well done, little bro. Yeah. Rishi on the inside, Rishi, thanks for joining. He's saying tequila does give Rush powers. Good saying here, West Ham was good for 6 today. Yeah. But I mean, we go take the 3, right? I think this is the biggest scoreline for the season, not so? That we beat a team in the Premier League.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Kurt saying here, Southampton also produces a lot of technically good youths too. Yeah, and the scouting good too. The scouting. Fellas, most of our front 3 players can shoot on either foot. Bruno, Rashford, Garnacho, Hoyland. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Even our defenders, Dallo, Shaw. Nah, not Shaw, big man. But Dallo could shoot with both feet.
Shaw had one good shot to the right foot. That's why it hit the post and Anthony scored.
Yeah, I never see Shaw shoot with the right foot after that.
Never seen
Or
that.
before that.
That's the first time.
Yeah.
Shaw had a goal where he ran down the middle and he scored with his right foot. I think it was against Everton last
And
season.
a pile driver, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there is one.
Yeah.
And then there's one, I don't get it.
Remy, you're mute.
We're not hearing him.
Remy muted.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know if it'll come in the comments to follow. I don't know.
You talking about Onana?
Onana's 24.
Okay.
Could say here, Garnacho showing that Brazilian how he should play on the right. Yeah.
Well, he could stay right where he is, yes?
Who you guys feel would be an ideal partner to Kobe? We had to sign that player, but I hear you would go on Hannibal, but we had to sign that player.
I want to see. I would like to see Gore get more playing time. But
I would have gone for Hansen Aaron or Aaron Hansen.
But he gone.
But he gone. So.
Yeah.
But even Gore not even playing for Port. And he gone Portville or something, and he not even playing. So I don't understand what's going on there. Jared saying here the heaviness around the club feels lifted a little bit.
I want to see us against Villa, and then I will think. I really want to. This team like West Indies cricket, so I doesn't get carried away at all. Let me see a little consistency.
Yeah.
Like all we want a consistency.
Yeah. Let me see how it goes. Between Manchester, Lakers, and West Indies, I can't win. So let me watch and see now.
Could say here Monk losing that 7th to Nacho next season unless Greenwood come back.
That better don't do that, notitions.
No, but you see, there's the thing, right? And I had mentioned it before. Let Nacho sit on that 17 for he should have still have 47 as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Son, leave them boy on them. Stop giving them numbers to
boy.
swell up the head.
Leave
them boy on them.
Rushing to give men had to earn them numbers, dog. While you're rushing to give men to what? Sell jerseys? No, boy. Let them earn that.
McTominay never changed his number. I mean, he may not be the best example. But
just play. A number. You as a player, a number should be the last thing you studied.
Yeah. And Greenwood not coming back, maybe. Especially if you walk on with Bellingham there, in England,
he'll get worse.
A billion times worse.
I hope he come back. I still holding out a little thing.
I don't think the club will make that. I don't think they will bring that heat.
Why that boy looking so good, eh?
No, he is. I don't fighting that, but I don't see them good.
That would be. Is it his contract is up at the end of the season?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Nick Dream Chaser saying here, hey, we ain't only pay 60 million. We waste I think 90 on Anthony and 55 on Onana. Hey, boy.
Yeah. And it has something when you're running a company called losses. We willing to take them losses and in the profit margin. We will write off that and play with proper team. To hell with how much we pay for them.
We can still get something back, man. Minimize that, reduce that loss a little bit.
Who we getting for them?
Saudi Arabia money, boy.
Saudi. All right, okay, say that. Onana, we could get something for Onana in Saudi.
Yeah, Eric saying what Ahmad need to do to get some minutes, but I honestly with you, I don't think Ten Hag rate he, but
it does seem so. I can see them selling them in the summer.
Or back out on loan again.
That makes sense again to loan him.
I can't see another loan. That would dent his confidence, boy.
Yeah, but they're selling.
Quincy Riley on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying Ten Hag not playing the youths until they deserve it. We can't play the youths for the sake of it.
Agreed.
But it has some youths who deserve a chance. I think who deserve a little more than they're getting now, boy.
This panel has been since last season has been pleading to see Kobe Mano in this team. So, and it wasn't just us. Everybody wanted Kobe Mano into this team. Ten Hag just had.
But I mean, fair play to Ten Hag. He did explain, how long they were working with Kobe in terms of, preparing him for big people for big man football.
Yeah.
So I mean, I hear what you're saying, Kwesi. But I mean, we look at the likes of Ahmad, Palestri. These guys have been training. The manager talk about their levels, and yet he not playing them. So
Yeah.
I get that they have to deserve it, but how they gonna deserve it?
Yeah.
Because what Anthony doing to deserve gain minutes? You can't tell me Ahmad ain't doing enough to get some minutes, and Anthony, who you gave him a chance and he left, he do nothing. You gave him a chance and he right today, he do nothing. So I want to see if next game, if it's the same again, Anthony go and be the winner to come on.
Anthony not getting no start on that team.
No, it's not.
But
No,
in a hurry.
he shouldn't even be coming on over Ahmad right now because he not
I
doing
would
nothing.
would like to see Ahmad. And to that point, JP, I think the only reason why he getting is that price tag.
He's a price tag and he's at Ten Hag buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he had to justify that money, right? Because if
Justify
that Newport game, Ahmad couldn't get a minute, and he was on Forson instead, that was it for me. I tell you, Ten Hag already, he will never get a good shot.
It's true.
Kurt saying here is 47, not 17. Yeah, well, I was saying so he should keep 47 instead of getting 17, right? Ten Hag was working with Zidane Iqbal and still so I don't understand.
Yeah,
Yes, they had to work and prove themselves, but at the end of the day,
Yeah, but it's also
how much bench Zidane make? I think if
Real
you're
bench.
making the bench,
real
if
bench.
you're making the bench, that means you should be able to get some minutes.
I agree with that.
Otherwise it shouldn't be in the
You're
match
wasting
squad
time.
at all.
I agree
Yeah.
with that.
And Zidane didn't get 1 minute in it.
Yeah,
And he was on the bench.
and even in the preseason games, the man was playing so well. I didn't understand.
That is the part that I don't get at all. How you could play a man so much in a preseason. I don't understand carrying players on a preseason tour to not play them when the season starts. I don't get that.
I don't know. Anyway, fellas, so I think we come to the end of the podcast. Let me get some closing thoughts and everything up, fellas.
Who we gonna play next?
Villa.
Villa
Park. It's at Villa Park, right?
Yeah, are we?
Not sure. It's away, yeah.
That could be a tough one, boy.
It's a tough game, but we hold on to Villa and not give Ollie Watkins any kind of space because he will kill me. Yeah.
So I know Onana ain't saving nothing.
Nothing.
But I mean,
all you notice West Ham was shooting on sight today. If they get on target.
Yes. Any team.
Yeah.
So a lot of teams will sort of watch Onana like that, eh?
The CN Sunday lunch in the post. So every team instructions is a hit.
Yeah. Go through, Phil.
yeah, I mean, great result today. Clean sheet. And the boys, Garnacho and Hoyland and Kobe Manu, whose confidence is up right now. Keep it up, man. And you three will be the reason we probably win a trophy this season. We'll see. And I'll end it on that.
Yeah. JP?
Yeah, so we're seeing some more of the consistency in the team that we're looking for. And it's just for them to keep building on that. The substitutes coming on and doing what they have to do. Imagine McTominay coming on and we don't have nothing bad to say about him. That in itself is something. Right? So once we can keep it like that, I happy, and Aston Villa is that team, we had to be careful. They have it's not just Ollie Watkins, this guy in good form right now, coming off on the right hand side.
Now they have
Um,
players.
Not
yeah,
Leon Bailey.
Leon Bailey, he in good form right now. So they have some players there where to be careful with the and you see how West Ham was shooting at us today, they will be doing the same. And they have shooters in the
Probably
team too.
more.
So yeah. And they home, they confident at home and they put some licks on Sheffield this weekend too. So
Oh, the
the
beach
confidence
Sheffield.
will be
The
high.
beach Sheffield like the thief, the mango.
Uh, uh,
Nice. Chef, what you saying? Closing thoughts?
Yeah, I could take more Sundays like this. No
For
stress
real.
Sundays.
For real.
Come out,
mhm.
play the game. Don't have me cussing and sour. Yeah, it was a good team performance, man. I'm not gonna nitpick on, you know. We just want consistency and just keep on doing the basics good. That's all. Just keep on working on doing the basics good, and the team chemistry, the wins will come. Play as a team. You know, the selfishness, we could do it. Everybody will score. The game does open up when you play unselfish football. The game does open up, and it gives everybody the opportunity to score. So think as a team and just keep on pushing. This week I don't have nothing to say about Ten Hag. Well done.
Yeah. I mean, I still concerned that better teams will punish us. Right?
Yeah.
Because you see that phase in every game where we just sit back and kind of put
So
ourselves in under pressure.
yeah,
I'm fearful that better teams because
will
I don't trust the team yet in terms of that kind of mental strength now, boy.
far
We're
from.
still fragile. We're still fragile.
Yeah.
So a better team put we under pressure. We start to kick away the ball, we lose the plot, and we don't seem to be able to bring back ourselves, under the tactic and the game plan. So I still need to see it more to be convinced that the team have the ability. I think I had spoken about it to one earlier. I can't remember who, but I was watching the game with Crystal Palace and Brighton because all of Brighton is my new, second favorite team.
The Zerbi, man.
That team playing so beautifully, yeah.
And they lose a lot of
And
players as well, too.
yeah, and João
Yeah.
Pedro earlier, that youth man. Anyway,
Yeah.
but the point
He's
is,
the next one to Nangasel.
right. Crystal Palace had a period in the game where they were pressing on Brighton, and I was so impressed. Brighton, they absorbed the pressure a little bit, but they took back the ball and they didn't force anything. Like,
Nope.
kick it out to get a respite. They didn't do that. They just had to move the ball around and just had to until they forced Crystal Palace back.
Yeah.
And all that pressure was gone. Right? So I want to see us
And
handle
then
pressure like that.
yeah, and then you get your opportunities, you
And again,
kill them.
and you kill it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
Brighton well take the opportunities in that game.
it could take some time, I guess, for us because we do have that skill level of player, at least not yet. And I hope this is the direction Ten Hag going to go and Ineos going to go into that scouting. Because here now, I telling you, if I was at Brighton training session, I don't want to be the player in the middle of that rondo, because you're not coming out, You're not coming out, And when I watch we rondos, the play in the middle changing every 2 passes. Yeah, what I'm showing you.
Yeah.
So we had to up that technical level in terms of everybody being on the same page, and that pressure that we, that phase when other teams, on top, it ain't gonna last long because we go manage it and we go counter them,
Yeah.
So that's why I want to see.
I want to see a couple more games with us for me to, because Ten Hag has been saying his one thing he's been consistently saying is he does not have his best team. So now you have your best team. Well, the exception of Martinez again, which is a big loss. But let me see.
Yeah. Just get some last comments and then we could wrap it up, guys. Yeah, Richie asking, I think Shaw going to play I think we have too much available centre backs for Shaw to play centre back. I don't know what
You
you
don't need
think.
that,
What do
right?
you think?
It's actually not a bad question, but I don't think so. I think he would stay at left back.
But who could play left back then?
Must probably put Dallo on left back and put one on right.
But one injured.
One
Yeah, one
injured.
injured. Yeah.
One injured, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you asked who could play left back, right?
Let's see, try Campbell, because he play Campbell on the right already.
Yeah, it's a
But
deal,
that
man.
game too big. That game
I
too big to
doubt.
try that.
Yeah,
That
I
game
doubt.
too
I
big to
feel.
try that.
Yeah, I feel he have Maguire, Lindelof, Varane. I think.
Maguire,
I think.
He got stick with the Varane Maguire.
And you see the thing about it, if Maguire wasn't playing as well as he was, probably he would
Yeah,
look at
it could be
Varane
an
and Shaw.
argument for the short thing. But
But
Maguire played. Maguire in
playing good.
form.
Yeah,
And then Shaw and Rashford down there left too. So we
exactly.
keep that building.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. And you need and that would counter attack because Villa does attack plenty on that right side too. So yeah.
Yeah. You gotta give them something to think about. We can't be
Yep.
playing into their hands.
Yep.
Good thing on a side note, Trossard for Arsenal look good today. Yeah, good game. Anderson saying.
Oh, you know this is a Manchester podcast,
Anderson saying, have any of the players we sold have a buyback option? I think some of them.
Yeah, we finally start to do that now.
Yeah, listen.
Manchester never used to put that in the contracts. No, nearly every contract Manchester have is a buyback clause.
Very
They're
good.
learning the
Very
lesson.
Very good. Erickson here, Highline Villa certainly won't be a goalless game. Yeah.
Definitely.
Once we win. All right.
Yeah.
You also saying here, look, Shaw need to play at centre back in place. Nah. We have.
If Luke Shaw needs to play centre back, tell us who's going to play left back then.
Yeah.
And what,
you had to
play right back as well.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Villa game going to be open. We just have to be disciplined with the high line and not get 20 offside calls. All right. He also said when Malacia coming back. But me, I know that. I am no.
That man that injured since pre-season, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That is a serious. And you know,
what injury he really get?
Hence?
because it really didn't seem so serious, eh?
Yeah, but but I think Alvaro Fernandez he at Benfica or something.
He out on loan, right?
Yeah. He gone.
So what we studying here for, right?
I think he have a buy option.
He does.
Loan with a buy option.
Okay.
A loan with a buy option.
Yeah.
Right.
He does?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure. All right.
Anyway, guys, I think that brings us to the end of the pod this evening.
Yep.
I mean, we could be here again on Sunday for Villa, the review for Villa, Man United. So we hope, guys, that,
Hopefully it's our next smooth Sunday and not a stressful Sunday.
Yeah, because today was nice, right?
And it's Carnival Sunday, so the better don't play mad.
Eric, you want to win games, Eric? Yeah, so we go wrap it to that one. So, fellas, have a good night. Phil, Chef, JP, and Nico.
Blessings, brothers. Stay safe.
Thanks for coming on. Those in the comments. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the shares. Don't forget, guys, we're also on YouTube, so don't forget to go across there and subscribe if you haven't already. Right? We want to build the channel. We want to build the, All in All United. And we want to reach as much people as we could, man. So, thanks again, fellas. Have a good night. See you on the next one.
Right.